Hi, it's What's the Tea with Nikkolayla here again. Ting, ting, ting. Anyway, I am here still talking about love, everybody. Have you come back for more? I'm so glad you came back. Okay, so we have been continuing to talk about love, and of course, I'm doing a 30-day love challenge. And what that means is the 30-day love challenge, and I gotta find another word because I don't consider it a challenge. I consider it growth, but we're also used to challenges. It's like that actually, because words are they carry vibrations and frequency. At least um that's how I live my life. Like I believe or trust in that words have a vibration and frequency. So utilizing certain words, it's kind of like I don't want to challenge myself, even though it's like, 'cause I just rather make it easy. So it can be easy. Well, anyway, so I'm going to just review some of the questions that I did on another video that I have listed, and you'll be able to refer to them from one of the love series portions. I don't remember which one it is, but you'll see me. I think I'm doing this. So you'll be able to see that. And I'm just going to read off some of the statements or actually questions that I had. And I'm going to review these later, like after the so-called challenge is over. That'll be ending August 22nd. And if you want to jump on board with me, go right ahead. Basically, the challenge or the 30-day love, I'll call it a 30-day love fest. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. A 30-day love fest, quote unquote challenge. It's going to be what happens. Well, this is what I'm doing in certain situations where I would consider myself like, getting upset or angry or irritated with something. I'm stopping myself and deciding to apply some love. Now, what I mean by that is, of course, you either do something kind for yourself, because quite honestly, I I trust in that. I believe that you are, when something happens and you have an ability to have a reaction, it's your choice. You can choose to be angry about it or upset or irritated by it, or you could choose to decide to take the other road. So you have two roads to take. And if you choose one road, you can have more calmer, peaceful, kind experiences. If you take the other road, you can have more of violence, anger, frustration, hurt, pain. I mean, you got two roads. You can choose whatever one you want. So you choose. I'm doing a love fest challenge or expression. So I'm choosing to take a breath. If something happens, I'm choosing to take a breath, go inside myself. I can still have my reaction, but it doesn't have to be, but I can apply some kind of loving gesture to myself to see the good in it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. It's like, okay, I'm calling it love because it's a more loving experience for myself, because I'm not getting all out of sorts. Not to say that I'm not irritated or angry, but I'm choosing a more loving, compassionate expression for myself and even maybe for others that that might seem like it's more compassionate. Anyway, so I'm just going to review the questions that I stated, and you can review these for yourself and analyze them for yourself. Like, go inside yourself and like contemplate those, particular things about these questions. And so there's 13 questions I have listed here. Do you know what love is? Now, love is, to me, like I said, it's expansive. You can express it in any way, shape, or form of how you think it is. But do you know what it is? Um, and it's variable. So you can't be wrong. What does love really mean? And it's what it means to you. It's your truth. What do you see love? What is it? What do you see as love? Like, what kind of experiences do you have in your life as love? What do you see it as? Do you remember feelings of loving and being loved? Now, most people, commonly, it's related to relationships. Relationships between a man and a woman, father and son, mother and daughter, vice versa, mother and son. Those kind of loving relationships, grandpa, grandson, granddaughter, all of those, all even for your pet. You know, there is reciprocity in loving your pet as well. Do you love yourself? Now, I'm going to say loving yourself, and I'm going to always put this one out there because loving yourself has such uh, an expansive experience, because what I've noticed for myself is that there are some places that I love myself, and there's some places that I have to work on loving more of myself. And of course, relationships have taught me more and more. And again, that song, Thank You Next, Thank You, by Ariana Grande, great song. Thank you next. Thank you next. Because what she's doing, from what I'm getting, is she's thanking thanking the situation and then moving on. It's like, I got what I came for. It's like, it's a love journey. So I'm on a love journey, and we probably all are. We just don't realize it yet. It's like, I'm on a love journey. Let's go together. On a love journey. Hey, I got a partner. Anyway, so let's see what else I have here. Got to pull it up. Okay. So, how do you know you are loving yourself? Do you take yourself out to dinner? What are there particular things that you do? Are there certain thoughts that you have? Do you have particular affirmations to help you and make you feel better about yourself? Do you purchase clothes? Do you buy new shoes? I mean, we have related in society, we have related love to things. However, there's also emotions that take place, but everybody's got their particular degree of where they're at and, what they do. Nothing's bad or wrong. It just, it's an experience. Do you really know what it is to have love? Okay. What does love feel like to you? Some people, maybe because of their upbringing, it's kind of twisted and weird sometimes. This is just what I'm saying, that you can associate love with pain. If you if you grew up thinking that there was pain involved with love because that's what you were taught, then you can be older as an adult and associate love with pain. It's kind of twisted, but it's real. It happens. So everybody's got their thought process of what pain is. And also, you can have habitual things that you continue on and on and on. It's so interesting that you can get yourself locked into an idea of what love is, and you have a friend or somebody on the sidelines or somebody that really, really, truly loves you, that has been there through your thick and thin, in and out, whatever. And they really, truly love you. And they're saying to you, do you see what's going on? But you can't see it. It's like, you're blind. That's, that whole blind love thing. It's like, I'm blind. I can't see what's going on. There's a person who really loves me, and they're telling you, you're just so beautiful. You're just so wonderful. You're just so amazing. And you're still putting yourself through that. I had a friend tell that to me. And I was like, when you get locked into your own mindset, there's nothing, you're like, I'm in love with that person. You have to follow through with that love until it plays out, until you realize it's like, you really weren't loving yourself, were you? However, you were on a love journey. You're really, and you were discovering love. That's pretty much, and quite honestly, they weren't wrong and neither were you, because you were where you were. You had to go on that path to actually find yourself in a situation to find out, this is really painful. Do I really want this? Why am I putting myself through this? This is crazy. But you don't realize it until you, ding, there's the light bulb, bing, 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 breaking off the light bulb. The light bulb wakes you up and you finally decide. It's like a revelation. It's like, was I really doing that to myself? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right? So, and then you can see certain situations where you see loving couples and they're really, really seriously, beautifully, like you have to watch things. It's like analyze love before you jump into it. I mean, why not? Like, don't get me wrong. Love happens to you, around you, in you. I mean, it happens. And so let's see. The next one, I think, do you really know what love, do you really know what it is to have love? What does love feel like to you? What do you see as love? Are you going to love yourself? I'm loving myself right at this very moment. Are you? Are you going to, okay, are you in love with someone? Does love grow? Does loving yourself make it better or easier for you to love someone else? Well, I would say yes. Yes, 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 and more yes. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you love yourself, you're like, look, I know what I like and what I don't like. I know where I like, you just know. You have this internal, it's like, I've got a lot of love lessons. I've got a lot of love training. I've got a lot of love discovery. I've had a lot of love journey. If you are at the place where you're like, I know what I like and I know what I don't care for, or, and there's certain things about what you're willing to put up with. And that's the thing. It's like, why would you be willing to put up with something? It's like, cut it to the curb. Cut, cut, cut. There's certain situations that happen. I can't think of anything right at the top of my head right now. It's not coming to me. But before we finish this segment, maybe something will come up. But there's certain things that you can see, or even a friend points them out. It's like, girl, why are you putting up with all that? That's a statement. It's of like, why are you putting up with this craziness? Why are you allowing him to use your car or something like that? Or why are you allowing him to, why are you having him borrow money from you, so-called borrow money from you? I had a guy, I remember this a long time ago. It was so funny. I was dating this guy and and I consider this the nerve. He had the nerve to ask me for some money. And I was like, what? Nope. We're not married. No. I didn't feel led. It's like, no, you gonna have to take care, because I'm employed. I'm taking care of my responsibilities. I have a car. I'm taking care of, I have a place. I mean, are you kidding me? No. But that's just me. Everybody can do whatever they want. But that's just my thing. Okay, so that was the end of the questions. So now I went to an article which was really interesting to me, and I'm just going to review some of the statements. So it had 10 research topics about being in love. That it says 10 research-based truths about people in love. Now, this is their truths. They might not be yours, and you can expand off them however you choose or like. So this is, let's say, okay, love is different than passion or lust. Now, I like this part because what it was sharing is that there's different parts of your brain that express lust and passion. Who knew? Okay. So the part, and I'm going to put this post for this article on this on my channel on this particular video. Let's see. It says physical attraction is an important part of love for most of us, but emotional love is different than lust. This is why nightstands and alcohol-fueled hookups don't tend to lead to long-term relationships. Studies that scan brains in real time show that we manifest lust in the motivation reward areas of the brain of the brain, while love lights up the regions connected to caring and empathy. How sweet is that? Oh, I love caring for you and I'm empathetic to you. The people I love you. Hey, my brain is getting lit up. And my heart feels good too. So I like that one. And then it had one, it's number 2, love is both a momentary feeling and a long-term state of mind. Okay, well, a momentary feeling, I could see how that could be. It's momentary. Like, okay, so you have an experience. I don't know if that's, so I'm gonna touch on something like, I don't know if you've ever heard of heart math, but I'm still doing more research because I'm gonna probably bring that one up too. It's called heart math. And because the heart actually, it's not talked, it might not be talked about as much as it probably should, but the heart is its own brain. Now, I learned about this through a friend, and then they had some technical, scientific machine that was used that if you had thoughts of gratitude, the range in the scientific mechanism or mechanics of this machine actually would show how you were shifting and changing within yourself because of the thoughts that you had. And this was coming from your heart. Then when you have thoughts of anger and frustration, all those, because I'm going to continue to talk about this. We are vibrating frequency beings, people here on earth. Like we're like constantly vibrating. So you can vibrate at a low space or you can vibrate at a high space. Hi. And you see my hands. Hello. Anyway, so think about it. If you're doing something that you love, like there's a song that comes on and you start dancing and you're happy, you feel good, you're in a higher vibration and frequency energy, right? And if you're laughing and you're hanging out with friends, now I'm going to put it this way. I don't have anything against with people who drink alcohol, not at all. However, or do any particular kind of drugs. I mean, you do what you want to do. Everybody has their thing. However, be mindful and wise about what you do. So, with that being said, think about it. If you're high off of life naturally, and you don't really need anything to induce your happiness and your joy, I think you're doing pretty doggone good. Now, there's some situations people need some kind of influence and, whatever, or assistance. It could be a stage, but then you move on from that. There is a place in this world where you don't need to have anything but that love that you have for yourself or that joy and like you can entertain yourself. Now, my viewpoint on it is that you can love yourself and have fun. I do it all the time. I'm like, I've done it on my show. It's like I'm cracking up. I'm like really seriously for real cracking up because I can make myself laugh. Can you make yourself laugh? Can you make yourself have a joyful feeling? Because you're increasing that energy within you, and I would consider it more loving for yourself. So let's see. It says new research shows that we do experience love in the moment as a state of communion, like you're connecting to people. We all like to be with other people, like when you want to hang out with your friends and people who go to church and enjoy the interaction with others. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. So let's see. And so it has. They're saying that it has psychological rhythms, gestures. So in this moment of deep connection, people in love mirror each other's facial expressions, gestures, and even psychological rhythms. Interesting, psychological. Well, I actually was having a conversation with two little lovebirds. They've been together for quite some time, probably like, I'd say about 15 years maybe. And they have children together. And I watched them with their children today. And it was so interesting. They're so adorable. Um, I point out what I see. And so I had noticed that she's got expressions like him, and because I've interacted with him, I can see his expressions. So it's just so funny. It's like it's real if you watch it. It's real. It's like, that's so adorable. Like, it's so adorable that you can have certain expressions of the one that you love. Yeah, I like that. I like that part because it's I don't know, it's just interesting to me. And then building lasting relationships takes work. Hmm. What kind of work are you willing to put in? Are you willing to put in some work? Hmm. It says a meta-analysis of the best long-term studies of loving relationships highlights some behavior patterns that couples with lasting love share. Partners think of each other positively when they are not together. They support each other's personal growth and development, and they undertake shared experiences in which they can learn and expand themselves. Isn't that wonderful? Now, do you have that love that is that can, like ruffle your feathers, but make you better? Yeah, I've been experiencing that. I have. And I can quite honestly say I appreciate it. I really do, because it's assisting me to grow. I'm growing. I'm growing. Oh, look, I feel like I'm an expansive balloon. I'm growing. Yay! I'm floating. I'm getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Anyway, okay, it says, so number 4 is we can increase our capacity to love. How can you increase your capacity to love? Okay. Research on mindfulness and self-compassion. Self. Remember that word. Self. So people who are going like, you're so me. Now you can have a narcissist, and pretty much I'm going to sum up the whole concept of the narcissist. I think we have degrees of narcissism somewhere. It's just, that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, so yeah, it's just that you have to love yourself. It's so important. Like, think about it. I've said it before. If you get yourself ready and up, like, your ego that's the importance of your ego. Your ego's not bad. It's just assisting you to get yourself, you brush your teeth, you wash your hair, you clean your hands, you wash your body. I mean, you're caring for yourself. That's love. But that's just me. When you look at yourself in the mirror and say how beautiful you are and how much you like yourself, that's self-love. Like, you got to give some self-compassion, because think about it. If you can't assist somebody else, like if you can't love yourself and have self-compassion and kindness and forgiveness for yourself, then how are you going to have it for someone else? Like, you're the first practice. You're the first practice party here. I got a love party going on right here. I got a love party going on. Let's get my groove on. I got a love party going on. Yeah. So get your love for yourself. It's so important. Love yourself immensely. If more people love themselves, do you think we'd have cuckoo crazy relationships with other people out there? That's because we would have worked on ourselves. It's like, well, it's interesting because if you choose to move away from another person. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example. Okay. So if you choose to move away from people and and go within yourself, and it's not forever, you take some time for yourself, I consider that a wonderful thing to do. Like, say for instance, there's certain things about you that you want to change, but you can't do that with a whole bunch of people around. You got to be with yourself. And if you can't contemplate and sit with yourself and contemplate about yourself. How are you loving yourself? But that's just me, little me. And so let's see, it's not just in your head. Oh, what's not just in my head? A large body of research shows that loving connection is beneficial to long-term physical health. Huh. And loneliness and a lack of social connection have been shown to shorten your lifespan as much as smoking. Just being a member of a church, oh, I think that we were talking about that. So if you were being a part of a church or something, there's loving relationships in all kinds of different communities and groups. That's why we were made to love each other. That's what I think. It's like, or that's what I feel and know. We were created to love each other and connect with others. You know, we can separate for ourselves. Okay, so quite honestly, to me, there's a happy balance. It's important for you to be with with yourself instead of by yourself. It's important. Oh, a story is coming up. So I remember a while back, I was living with some family, and I decided to. And at the time, I wasn't saying I was loving myself, but I decided to take myself out for lunch. And I was sitting outside and I was eating something. And a couple came out. And a matter of fact, it was an Asian couple. And they were like, "Why are you by yourself?" And I was like, "I'm not by myself. I'm with myself." And actually, that's what I'm told. And I said, "This is what I'm choosing. Like, I'm choosing to do this." And I sat there and I enjoyed myself. Who said that you have to be with someone? Who said that? Not to say that I don't want to be with someone. I'm just saying, who said that you can't take yourself out to lunch? Men do it all the time. If you're a woman, how is that like, oh my God, you're like, what the heck is that? But whatever, I digress. I just wanted to say that word. I digress. But I digress. Okay, so, and let me see. For men in particular, marriage improves long-term health. Now, this is what their research says. Now, if you really truly love yourself. So there are some men that don't want to be in a relationship. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's some women that don't want to be in a relationship. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all choice, free will. It's your choice. Do what makes you feel good. If we focus on love, we can enhance it. So I'm gonna put these, and you can go right through them. I'm not gonna read everything. I was just reviewing. Oh, it is contagious. Okay, so I gotta read this one. Expressions of caring, compassion, and empathy can inspire these feelings in others. This may be why leaders such as Dalai Lama or Nelson Mandela inspire followers to be their best selves and help them calm down fight or flight. So if you're not in that loving compassion area, you're in a fight or flight. So they're talking about that love, because remember I talked about love being expansive. This is part of it being expansive. If you're flight or fight, you're in another part of your brain that is not operating at the highest level. Let's just put it that way. I'm ready to fight. That's violent. Or get out of there. I'm like, I'm gone. Yeah, I've had that. Like, because it's fear. It's like you're either ready to fight something or flee it. It's fear. And it's okay. We all go through it. Love is not necessarily forever, but it can be. I've got to read this one. And this is going to be the topper off. Okay. Oh, okay. This was okay. In a sonnet 116, Shakespeare wrote that love is not love that alters when its alteration finds. I don't get that. I'm going to have to review that one. It doesn't make any sense to me. We now know that fixed, unchanging love is possible, but not the norm. Fixed, unchanging love. What? Okay. In fact, some theorists even question the idea of a fixed, unchanging self. Okay. We are not the same person today as we were 10 years ago. That influences that we expand. Okay, life experience can alter our biology, thought patterns, and behavior in relationships may be challenged when one person needs change or both partners grow in different directions. Now you hear about that all the time. We just grew apart. We just grew apart. It's possible. If another person is not okay, so interesting. We love does change, like that last video. Love does, it can shift and change you. There are some people that are stuck in their ways, but let me tell you, everybody gonna get on board no matter what. This is the time we on the train. So whether you think you're gonna be on the train or not gonna be on the train, eventually love is gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna post that song. Love's gonna get you. That's from KRS-One. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. It's gonna get you, and it's gonna find you. So be ready for it. It's gonna find you, and it's looking for you right now. Yep. So I'm gonna top this off and finish it up, and we are finished for now. Until next time. So I'm gonna be doing my 30-day, and you can ride along with me if you like. And that means you're applying love expressions for yourself, because mostly it's actually going to be for yourself. When you have a response, instead of having a reaction, you'll have a love response. And whether it's towards the person or mostly towards yourself, start somewhere. And basically, and I'm talking to myself as well, apply it to you. So if you can have you're used to having a habitual reaction with anger, frustration, irritation, I challenge you. I challenge you to a duel. I challenge you to a love duel. I challenge you to take the other road, the love journey. Down that loving road, loving more of yourself. And how do you do that? By not reacting, but responding and taking a breath. You can count to 10. Take a breath, calm. Whatever that person says, that could probably trigger something. Oh, yeah. You know that song by Janae? I like that song. It's called Triggered. So you can be triggered. You can respond. So interestingly enough, that she would make that song. I think that's her. You know, you can have an expression through music. If there's a song you want to sing, do anything kind of positive that is going to send you on the road of more of responding positively for your experience, as opposed to rah! And just anger. Believe me, I get it. There's a lot that happens in this world that sometimes you have reactions that are like, what the hell? But know that you can respond in any way, shape, or form that makes you feel good and makes you feel loving for yourself and others. So go out there, be kind to yourself and to others as much as possible and as much as you can. So I'm signing off, and this is What's the Tea with Nikkolayla. Thank you for coming, and see you again. Love you. Bye for now. Ting, ting, ting.